as good as I thought it would. How come I have all this?
What?
This is
You get a mic check real quick?
Check.
Yeah.
testing. Looks like a barrel.
10 seconds.
The Jill and Jules Show is pre-recorded.
You are listening to the Jill and Jules Show, KCXO, Liberty, Missouri.
Hi, and welcome to the Jill and Julie Show. How are you doing today? We have a great show planned. Julie, we've got some interesting guests, and it's a beautiful day out, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it is gorgeous today.
We're having, I think, what they categorize as an Indian summer. You know, we get the rain and the warm days and then the cool evenings, and this is my favorite time of year. Is it yours?
Definitely. Yeah.
We've got the guests that we have calling in today. I think Dwight, our farmers market manager, is going to be a guest. And then we have some other interesting guests from downtown Liberty. And we have Michelle that I actually interviewed from the Jesse James Bank Museum, and we'll just let you listen to it.
It's interesting.
It is interesting, and she's an interesting gal, and she's very knowledgeable, and you know, she's our neighbor at the shop, so we kind of wave at each other every now and then out the windows and that kind of thing. And Julie, can you believe it's already almost the end of October?
No, I can't.
Isn't that crazy?
All I can think of is Thanksgiving and Christmas. Boy, do I have a lot to do.
I know. I mean, but that's my favorite. I mean, I love that time of year. Don't
Yeah.
you enjoy it, though?
Absolutely. Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah. Well, October 31st, off of the square, or on the square and off the square, because we're off the square, we have the trick-or-treat on the square, which, how many kids do you think we have come through there to collect candy, Julie?
I don't know. I mean, I honestly don't know, but I would say 2,000 to 3,000. And if you haven't been there, you need to go because it's a safe environment. And I'll tell you, my husband at where we're at, right behind the Jesse James Bank, he fixes up our place, and we play scary music. Not too scary, you know, but fun stuff. And we have the good witches and the bad witches, and we get our pictures taken. It's pretty fun. It's worth coming out to.
It is. I mean, even before I had my shop with you, before we joined, you know, together, I would just come up and just sit there and watch all the little kids were so cute, and the adults too. They have some great.
Oh yeah, and the adults dress up too. It's great, and I think it starts at 5:30. I mean, it's before it gets dark.
I believe it is around 5:30.
Yeah, and then there's still time to go to your neighborhoods afterwards. You know, I mean, you can hit all us up, get a bunch of candy, and then go home and get some more.
And then drive your parents crazy after you.
Yeah. And it's on Friday night this year, so look out, Mom and Dad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we've got. Remember the costume party? We've got the Halloween party we've got coming up at our friends.
Yeah.
And we've been working on our costumes, and that's kind of been exciting because
I know, because nobody's telling anybody what they're going to be. Not that I'm going to be anything fancy, but it'll be fun.
Your outfit, you guys.
It'll be fun.
It's going to be great. Yeah. I'm excited about that. We've also, was it this weekend, the Platte City show, the antique show?
Mm-hmm.
And that's in the high school?
Yeah, it's in the high school, and, you know, probably hit it tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, that's, you know what?
Or not tomorrow, Sunday.
That's one of my favorite, I have to tell you, that is, of all the shows that we've went, that's one of my favorite shows.
I've been going to it for, I would say, probably 30 years. I mean, it's been going on a long time.
Darren, have you been to that show?
I have not. I've talked about it, but it's in the high school, right?
It's in the high school. It's twice a year. I think it's in mid-March and mid-October.
Mm-hmm, and fall and spring and fall.
It is. It's a good one.
Weston.
No, not at
No,
all.
no. I mean, actually, you could make. I mean, you can spend the morning there, and you can spend a good part of your day there.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no doubt about it, because it's all
For
through
sure.
the hallways, in the gymnasium. It's also in the cafeteria, and then you can. They serve the high school serves food, and it's good homemade
I
food.
have to tell you, that's my favorite
Fun.
part.
It is. It's fun.
I mean, you said.
Oh well, yeah, hot dogs, chili dogs.
I mean, I'm gonna kind of admit some things here, but I've always had a healthy appetite. When I was in bless you. When I was in high
Sorry.
school, I used to order 2 lunches and 2 meals.
I don't know if I'd admit to that, girl.
Well, I did. I mean, that's great. I mean, honestly,
That's
God,
funny.
So when I go
Oh
back
my
there,
gosh.
it's kind of like dear to my heart, you know.
Well,
like,
if you look at her, you wouldn't know it, but oh my gosh.
I like to
Jill.
sit at those round cafeteria tables.
That's just
and it's
rude.
Oh, you think so? I don't.
I guess if you paid for it.
Anyway,
other
the
kids.
The Platte City Show is, if you've never been, it's just off I-29, the school, just a jaunt just right off I-29, and
Yeah, and people come. I mean, I think as far as vendors, I mean, there's like from Nebraska and
Oh, yeah.
Arkansas. They come from all over.
I like the mix that they have. I mean, they have a great
Yeah.
mix of items, and I use the word eclectic a lot, but that's what they have, you know. And I always find, you know, big pieces and small pieces.
Yes, it's not junk. It's definitely antiques, or antiques is actually officially 100 years or more. But I mean, vintage, whatever. That's my place where I like to go with it.
And while
But
we're-
it's good.
While we're on the vintage topic, also, Julie, you're starting something new at your shop at Agiel's Attic with wedding rentals.
Yeah, and why this is new, I don't know. I mean, I've thought about it, but I just didn't go with it. There's no reason. We did a wedding venue not too long ago, a few weeks ago, and
At the Windbrick Event Center.
Yes.
That was great.
and it was, and there was a lot of different people, like caterers and stuff, for brides to come and check it out, and it was very well attended. Plus, the place was they had it there so that you could see it could be an event center for your wedding or reception too. I brought several of my things, and I saw a lot of interest in it. It's vintage, and I brought like pearls, and of course it's costume, but lots of jewelry and purses, and I've got vintage candelabras and things that I thought, why not? I could rent it if you wanted a vintage theme for, a shower or a wedding, and you could just rent it. I would charge you whatever you choose. You pick what you want. I'll charge you for the full amount, of course.
Don't you have a form or something that they fill out and they can
Yes.
to reserve? Okay.
Yeah, you would reserve it, and
I see.
then you would just pay for the whole thing. Just write me a check. I'll hold it, and then I'll return 50% of it back to you once you bring everything back. And if you want to purchase something, that's fine also, of course. But I think it could be fun. And also, I've collected quite a bit of vintage items for like baby showers or something, which I have done
You
before.
have a great selection of that stuff. You know what I think would be cool? I think this may be out there, but have a wedding shower and have like all those really cool negligees that you have.
I know.
Everybody dress up and wear the negligee.
I know. I've sold a lot of them, though,
You
to
do
be
sell,
honest.
yeah.
I kind of don't have very many right now, but I keep collecting them
I
in
keep
slips
thinking
and things
about
like that.
that royal blue. Is it royal blue? I guess it's not royal blue, but
Oh, no,
I'm
it's not
thinking-
royal blue.
I'm
It's,
thinking royals.
You're thinking royals, yeah. No, it's that kind of a turquoisey blue, what
It's
do you call it,
beautiful,
negligee
though.
type
the
thing.
The color is beautiful. Yeah, it's kind of a turquoise.
Yeah.
But how cool would that be? Remember, I think years ago I think we might have had too much wine, and we were talking about how we all would get our mopeds and dress up in the negligee and drive around the square. Do you remember that?
Our mopeds.
Do you remember that? Or the scooters? Remember we'd all have scooters and.
We did end up walking around the square in our slippers, and I don't think we
don't
wore
remember.
jammies.
I
I
cannot-
mean, really?
For the life of me, I cannot imagine
I mean,
that I don't
maybe
remember
we
that.
hit the wine before we
I was
hit
gonna
the
say,
streets. I don't
must-
know.
Yeah, that must have been a
We don't remember.
crazy night.
But it was fun, I'm sure.
Well, hey, our last market, Crawford House Vintage, or Crawford House Pop-Up, is this Friday and Saturday. How do I wanted to say this? I want to be honest and just say, we didn't have the radio show when we started the market, and so, our attention has kind of went towards
It's
our
on the
radio-
same day.
It's on the same day, yeah, and it's rough, guys. And, we can only be in one spot at one time, so, and I'm not complaining at all. I'm just explaining the fact that it is a little it is a little difficult to put our energies towards
Right.
all of the things at the same time. So
This is officially our last one for 2014, but come April, we plan on doing, we'll have a lot of time now to gather vendors and get them in the parking lot, and hopefully we can introduce you to some, new businesses around town. And
yeah, I mean, my
would-
dream, it's a dream. My dream was to have, a European marketplace in our parking lot, and knowing that we don't have the spaces available in our brick and mortar, downtown area, the historic Liberty, that we could, have the best of both worlds by having it in a pop-up situation. And,
Right.
I still have that dream. I still think it's a great idea. Sometimes new ideas are a little hard to market and represent, as far as present. But both of us, we still have that dream, and we're gonna hang. We're gonna
Right,
keep it.
absolutely. And I hate to say it, but I do have to admit that the construction downtown has been a little tough on us. I mean, really, to get down to the square. Now, if you know what you're doing, you can get in and out quite easy. You can get in easy, but getting out is a trick, and it's progress. I'm all for it, but we do have to work with it, and it's a little tough for people to get.
Yeah, I mean,
around.
I live in that area, and it does take me a little extra time to get
Right.
home and to get to the shop and that kind of thing. I mean, it is. I think it's supposed to be done around the first in December sometime.
Yeah.
I believe.
Which will be
we're
great.
Not, we're not that far off, and they are. I have noticed they have made quite a bit of progress lately. So, but yeah, it is kind of a. It's kind of a
Yeah.
detour to be able to work around that and get around that. But hopefully, people are still, coming downtown, and
Yeah.
and we've got so many shops and restaurants and great, museums and great things.
Yeah, we've got a whole bunch of restaurants now. If you haven't been down to Liberty in a while, you need to come down and eat.
for sure. I mean,
It
we've
is-
got Italian,
we've got everything.
Mexican, we've got
Yeah.
vegan. We've got just a.
It's really a great mix. I mean,
It is. I'm very excited.
It's the best
that
I've ever seen it.
It is, and I'm excited that we have all these different eateries and wonderful selections to choose from, because I am seeing kind of a movement to where more people, rather than go to some of the chain restaurants, they're coming downtown and enjoying the great food that that we have available. Hey, I wanted to shout out also, since we mentioned our Crawford House Market, the Red Apron, and they're actually having their once a month pop up too. They're out on H Highway, and those two gals do a great job. And so, if you can go get John out there, and then you can make your way back to the
It's
Crawford
fun.
House, or
It's
vice
fun.
versa, and you can make a day of it between the restaurants. And I think we have a guest on the phone, and I believe it's Dwight, our farmers market manager.
Dwight. Good morning.
Hi, Dwight. How are you today?
Doing well, doing well. How
You-
about you?
We're doing pretty good. Hey, it's a beautiful day, isn't it?
Oh, it really is. It really is. We've got this Saturday and one more Saturday for the historic downtown Liberty Farmers Market.
Right, best in the Northland.
It's in the Northland, right on the square.
So they've got pumpkins.
We got a number of vendors still coming in, and we should have a lot of pumpkin gourds. There's still tomatoes, potatoes. We have the farm meat company still there, and the lady from Polo with her assorted meat and such. Mr. Pierce with his apples.
Right.
The assortment of apples, as a matter of fact. We've got quite a number of things still going up there.
So it's
That's
time
great.
to stock up before we get that first freeze and
Yeah,
the
which
snow and all
should
that.
be coming
so I
soon.
saw a bunch of woolly bear caterpillars on the way, and I saw quite a bit of brown. So I don't know. I think that kind
Don't
of
touch those white ones.
I think that counteracts the bad winter that the almanacs forecasted. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, Mother Nature's still the boss, so she's
That's right.
in charge at this point.
That's right. Hey, Dwight, thank you so much for doing our voiceovers, and Julie and I really appreciate that, and
we love your voice.
you really helped to make our show a success with your wonderful voice.
Well, I appreciate that, ladies. I really appreciate that. And it's supposed to be a little chilly tomorrow, so wear a coat. We open at 8 o'clock, and we'll close down at 12 tomorrow.
Okay.
You got to take a little winter's nap, and then the market will